In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa. Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines.
Viewers around the world, you're welcome. You're welcome to another new week in the month of July 2026. Today is the 20th day in that month. Monday, beautiful week starts. My name is Matt Godwin Iwejuwa, and we're here on Between the Lines. Between the Lines is the Monday news starter. For now, I'm here all alone in the studio, the virtual studio. As we go on, we hope that the colleagues and coordinators will be joining up. So you're welcome. Between the Lines today, the 20th of July, 2026. Like we say, it's good we explain things at moments like this. What we do here is bring lively conversation between ourselves, giving real-time updates, things that affects us as Africans. Mostly as most of us are from the diaspora point. So we give these news updates from the diaspora standpoint. So that's what we do here every Monday, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. African time. So I'm here and hopefully we'll have our friends, colleagues join us. Yes, all the way from London, UK is the ambassador. The ambassador. Who's this ambassador?
I just got a new designation then. I hope it's authentic. Anyway, my name is Olufemi Obakaranwi. From London, England. Good evening, Nigerians all over the world. Good evening, Nigerians in diaspora. Good evening, the citizens of the world. You are welcome to the authentic platform, the SSM News Echoes of a Monday.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you, and you're full of smiles. I don't know. Anyway, let's start with something you love. 2026 World Cup has ended with Spain being crowned world champion. We saw what Ferran Torres did there, extra time kick. Dr. Femi, run for us. The
last time we spoke, I said Spain is my. I was rooting for Spain to win it, and. It's not only that winning it, that I'm an Arsenal fan. 3 of my players are in that team. The team they broke a world record in winning the World Cup this time around. A team that played all the games, conceding only one goal. And failing to score in only one of the matches. The only match they didn't score was against Cape Verde, which was something good for the African reputation in football. Other matches they played, they beat every team they played before them. And it was not only a second win for Spain, second World Cup win for Spain. It was also a unique one in the sense that they played Argentina for 120 minutes. Argentina had no shot at goal. no attempt at goal. It shows how good Messi was in that team. Messi was also missing in that game.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Femi, you said it so well. I was there too. I watched the live match through the TV, and it was surprising that this team, they held down the Argentinians. Can you imagine? The shot at goal was, when I saw the statistics, you can't. I mean,
you can't fault it. You can't fault them.
What was that? This was something else.
That was possessional football at its best. Not only possessional football, they played beautiful football. You could see them touching every pitch, every grass on the pitch was felt by the Spaniard. Their goalkeeper was on holidays. If we had the time, the goalkeeper would have gone to the toilet and come back, and the Argentinians would not score. That's how good they were. They were so clinical in there. And Big Daddy, which Rodney of Man City, won the player of the tournament. He was just there as a master. He was a Ballon d'Or winner last time, and he showed the class he was. Because throughout the competition, they played almost over the 90 minutes of all the matches, except when Zubimendi came in to substitute him later towards the end of the second half of the extra time. He played Messi out of football.
They played Messi out of football. Let's bring it back home. We are Nigerians. It concerns us when we see world events and we're not there. Now let's talk about a few minutes. Let's talk about this World Cup and Nigeria not being there. You know what? I'm in Milan. Now, Italy, and we have professionals, Nigerian professionals around. I meet with them. Sometimes we have some meet and greets. I meet them to discuss things. I was with one of them last 2 weeks, and I put the question to him. What's the problem? Why can't Nigeria? Why did we go to the World Cup? He just said 3 words: bad management, NFA, politicking the football, NFA turning our football into politics. So I wanted him to explain, but he came with his people, and there wasn't much time. So at the point they left. Dr. Lufemi, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
We are too much to. Okay, tell me. Go ahead.
One, I'll start with what you said: bad management. Bad management comes in the fact that we don't start competition until the competition starts. We don't plan for any competition until competition starts. So bad management for us as a nation. For example, we know that we didn't qualify for this World Cup. Then what are we doing to make it better next World Cup? We have AFCON coming very soon. Are we preparing for it? The answer is no. So until the competition comes, we start running around. Now, when it comes to politics of football, only very, very few occasions that you find people who are good in football management managing Nigerian Football Association. What we have in there, politicians and their cronies have been made to run Nigerian football. Excuse me. Well, Amaju Penick actually did a good job as NFA president and also CAF representative for a while. But what happened is the people that were working with him are a bunch of challenge. What do I call a bunch of challenge? People want quota system to run Nigerian football. Oh, some Hausas must be in the team. Some number of Igbos must be in the team. Some Yorubas must be in the team to show national spread. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If you are good, you are good. And for example, let me just give an example of the last AFCON or thereabout. They had Musa. Musa is almost 40, in his mid 40s. They had it in the team. Doing what? Over 45 or thereabout in the team. He's played in Europe for many years. He retired in Europe. He went back home to play for Kano Pillars. and he's not even regular with Ghana Pillars, and he's a national team. So you find some things like that, people like that. And you have young boys who are eager, who are hungry for football, but because they don't have godfathers and they are not in a team. So you find that things like that. So things like that also happen. Another thing is that money, finances. The thing is that because we don't plan properly, when the issue of funds come, people who are supposed to release funds also want their cronies to be in the team. And therefore, what they do is that when they don't get their cronies in the team, they punish the team with the team with funds. Last part of it is that some people in the management of a team collect egunje from team members, from some players. If you don't play ball, you don't play football. So if you don't rub their hands, some of them would not tell. They will even tell the bonus, the match bonus, goes to the coaches.
Okay. So yes, for our viewers following us, for Dr. Femi, awesome analyzing there. For our viewers following us, egunje, the word egunje means bribe. That's our terminology in Nigeria. We have viewers also making comments. Kehinde Nike is saying, good evening. Good evening, Kehinde Nike. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being with us. You've always been there. We appreciate your being part of the streaming. You broke it down well. It's sad that 200 million people, we can't really get. I mean, back in the days, Dr. Femi, even with all of these factors, because I knew all these factors would have been happening even those days, but we still went further. Our guys, Jojo Okocha and all those teams back then still pulled up. We still moved. I mean, we really progressed in our football outing. So why can't these boys also go upon all the obstacles, still move? I mean, do something instead of us complaining, bad management, because we're used to all of these things. These are normal factors that faces us in most things. So what do you say? Why can't they beat those obstacles and still get some results?
But when you have management that is not even up to scratch, for example, when we talk about coaches as well, the last time we had a coach that is reputable, when we actually went as far as winning something was when we had a Nigerian coach. I don't know when we had a Nigerian coach, it also had that effect on it. Until we had there are times we had foreign coaches that it works, sometimes it doesn't work. The last time we had a very good outing was when we had the like of Bonfrey Joe and Westerhoff. We had fantastic outing then. Those people were given free hands. And because they were given free hand, they were able to do what they need to do, go to the grassroots, get players and all this stuff. I remember in those days, one of the things that would have saved Nigerian football was the likes of Odegbami wanting to be NFA chairman. Because they've played football, they knew about football. They went to the grassroots, they knew about football. But because it was not a part of the political status quo for them, they frustrated him. They would say the election is going to hold in Kano. They will go and hold the election in Kaduna, and that was frustrated.
Also, Olise once handled.
Olise, they frustrated him.
He didn't do it.
They frustrated him. So you find that Amokachi and co, they came in there with Olise because they love football. They live Nigerian football. Nigerian football was in their street, in their bloodstream. Then Olise's group had Amokachi, had Eguavo as assistant. I had Ikesho Umu as the goalkeeping coach. So you know that those people that knows Nigerian football, what happened? NFA frustrated them. Why? They will not release funds. They will not release funds. And also, because those boys wanted to make name for themselves. Those men are not boys. Those men want to make name for themselves. They were still forcing players on them. And Olise publicly withdrew. There's a time they go for competitions and they would not pay the hotel fees that they were. Coach said recently that the coach, the boss, they used to take them to training was seized because NFA refused. There was no money released for them. So this has been going on for a while. But I'm hoping and feeling that with the absence of Nigeria from this World Cup, it will spur us to action. Cape Verde was less than 200,000 people. Look at what they did.
Impressively.
Look at what they did.
It was good turnout. Good turnout.
Yes.
Okay.
We
really hope that things will change. We can do more this time. We have what it takes. Nigerians, in most of the teams, like we said earlier, most of the country teams had Nigerians,
yes,
national playing for different teams.
We have three of them playing for England that won the bronze.
England.
Three of them playing for England. Three Nigerians of Nigerian birth. In America, there was one. In Austria had one.
Yeah, Austria had one.
Yeah. Okay. So you find that everywhere. Switzerland has a one. So you can find them there all over the place. Even Germany. Yes. Germany has a Nigerian-born child. One of them was even injured. Adeyemi was injured, so he couldn't play. Apart from that, the other one, Nyachi, also was his. I can't remember his name. How to pronounce his name. Also played throughout the competition. Yeah, you find that there are Nigerians born who had Nigerian parentage, but because they see that Nigeria is not serious, so they rather go for the country of choice.
Rather go for the country of choice. Also, we acknowledge Williams in the Spanish group with the African heritage too. His mom is Ghanaian.
Yeah, Ghanaian.
The mom came through Europe, through the Mediterranean, and now look at what she has. I think there are two of them. His senior brother plays for Ghana. Yes.
His senior brother plays for Ghana in the World Cup. He's playing for Spain.
Wonderful.
It happened in Ghana too. The Boateng, one of them was playing for Germany. The other one was playing for Ghana too.
Yes. So, viewers, we're discussing what the event that just ended, the World Cup, that Spain has been crowned the world champion, and it was a beautiful game to watch yesterday.
Sorry, can I also put in there? It was also the most expensive World Cup of note. The most expensive World Cup.
I saw.
Although it was expanded, but it was so expensive.
I saw how the list will be, how the money will be shared. I said, wow. First runner-up, Spain goes home with $51 million, and Argentina goes home with 35. Then the third runner-up people, one goes with 30, and the other one goes with 25. So that's some big money there, and they said they pay straight to the country's federal account. It's not everybody will play the game. So good one. Thank you very much, viewers. We're here between the lines. I'm here with Dr. Olufemi Obakaronwi from London. Dr. Olufemi, United Nations came this morning and said terrorists are using drones. They're using crypto to strengthen their operations in Nigeria and the Sahel. This news is serious. They warn that these terrorists are deploying drones, cryptocurrencies, and using all kinds of advanced technology to expand their attack and weaken different countries across West Africa. So it's not. We know that they are not just speaking from one side of their mouth or exaggerating. This is from every confirmation. What do you have to say? Do you think it's how it is?
Yeah, it is not surprising because sometimes when we talk about terrorism, people just think it's just one or two Fulani that are following cow all over the place and decide to strike. When we talk about terrorism, in the Sahel and in the northeast of Nigeria, northeast and northwest of Nigeria, we're talking about a very sophisticated network of terrorism. And these are people that have been pressured from the peninsula and also the Sahel areas of Africa. Some of them are product of the ISWAP, who were strengthened by the fall of Libya. Because when Libya fell, they were able to get on the ammunition, because Libya has the biggest armory in Africa. If it can be compared to any armory in the world under Libya, under Gaddafi. So when Libya fell, the armory fell in the hand of terrorists, and they had Islamic agenda. So they were coming this way. Most of them are resident in the Sahel. And the challenge in that area is that because they are military governments, they are military controlled areas. So the information about what is happening in those areas are not readily available, because military government don't allow you to go and do more investigation. The things that we're talking about in some of these countries in West Africa, what's happening in terrorism in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, they are not easily available in the Sahel nations that are under military government, because information is gold in those areas. So when there are terrorist attack or terrorist situations in that place, it is very difficult to know what is going on in those areas. So these people come from the Sahel region, attack and go back. Now, going back to what you said about the use of technology and cryptocurrency in taking their money, it shows that it goes beyond local terrorism. It is more backed by countries like Iran and Qatar. There's some, especially Iran. Iran, Lebanon, and all this stuff. So these are bedrock of terrorism. These are sponsors of terrorism. And these Islamic people are the Wahhabis. The Wahhabis are the ones that want to the conquering Muslims. So what they do is that they get whatever they gain from this area, they use them to buy ammunition. And who is selling this ammunition to them? Iran. So when they do this, when they get this, they come back to this area. So whenever you deploy technology to tackle them, they go back to their sponsors. They go back, oh, you are using technology to destroy our network. They give them those ammunition, those technology back to go and fight you back. So that's where you are getting what you are getting here. Until you begin to see it as not just another ordinary, oh, Fulani herdsmen. We just shouted, Fulani herdsmen have attacked. We have realized that it's not ordinary Fulani herdsmen that's doing this. They are a network of serious bandits. Where did they get all those bikes from? Where did they get all those rocket propeller? Where they get them from? They don't sell them in Bodija market.
And now also they've added the knowledge of cryptocurrency. To go into that aspect of crypto activities, it's advanced. So that means they now have some experts with them.
Exactly.
Mining crypto for them, going through all those process, and using the money to buy arms and do all of these things.
Of course.
Is very serious.
Of course. Also, do you know that sometimes they go area, they work in tandem with some people and who have ulterior motive for conquest of some land. They go in some areas, attack those communities, kill people off, and clear the land, so that some people will go there and go and do mining, illegal mining. So when they kill off people and people run away from the village, these people come into and do illegal mining and then take this stuff out. This money also cannot be directly given to them. So they do it through cryptocurrency.
They do it through cryptocurrency. It's very sad. So our viewers, we are getting that information from United Nations that terrorists are using drones, cryptocurrency to strengthen their operations in Nigeria and in the Sahel. It's a sad one. Joining us from United States is our Prof. Prof, hope you're there. Can you hear us?
Yes, I am. Good. Yes, I am here.
Good.
Good evening, Prof.
You're welcome.
Hey, good day, sir. Good day, Dr. Femi. Good to see you. Good to see you.
You're welcome, sir. Good evening. Good to see you too, sir.
Yes. Okay, Prof, we just did some of what you love too. We talked on the football that was played behind you there, New Jersey, the World Cup that has come to an end now, and Spain winning. Was Spain your choice? Was Spain your choice, Prof? Probably. I know.
Yeah, actually, when my daughter asked me, "Who's your team?" I say, My heart says Spain, but my head says you cannot bet against Messi. And so I had to play it safe, and it turned out Spain deserved to win because you need a new champion, make it exciting. But on the other hand, watching Messi leave crying, yeah, that was kind of felt kind of sorry for him. But overall, it was a very good game. It was a very good game, and I think Spain should have won that game in regulation. They missed opportunities. I think I was in the back listening on YouTube. I heard Dr. Femi say that um, uh, Argentina did not even try a shot at the goal, and that was the truth because the defense was very solid. The Spaniard defense was very good, and they held him in check. I mean, every time he got the ball, you saw like two, three people were right on him, and he couldn't do much with it. And so, yeah, I think the better team won. I mean, there's no question about it. The better team won. I happen to have been a soccer player myself back in the days.
Yes, yes.
So
you said maybe I'll put that to our viewers next time too. I saw that picture. I said, this is the real Rolling Stone. This is nice.
So yes, and I think I also share some of the sentiments that Dr. Femi was sharing about our inability to organize a successful soccer team. I think it's shameful that we can only go back to the times of Christian Chukwu, Odegbami, and Adoke, that we had a team we were very proud of. At the time we had JJ and Co. They were a very good team, but they couldn't win matches. I mean, look at Spain. 19-year-olds are taking over the stage. I mean, we have very good soccer players in Nigeria. I don't care if we want to use quota system to select a team. Well, for Christ's sake, select a good team. Select a good team. We have a lot of good players in that country. I mean, I think 10 teams came from Africa and Nigeria was not part of the 10. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. And yet we have our players all over the world. 15 of them participated. 15 Nigerians participated in the World Cup, but their country of origin wasn't there. I think that's something that should not make any Nigeria happy. It's not enough to say we have good players. It's not enough to say we have capable players, but we cannot field a team. What can we do to incentivize these guys to come home and let them be proud of their country? Right now, nobody seems to have a clue on how to do that. Doesn't matter whether it's PDP, APC, or MPC, or whatever. We can't field an 11-man team. Come on. I think that says a lot about who we are as a people versus the individual players. I mean, we should be able to field a team. Doesn't matter who the coach is. The coach doesn't play. See, we have to have infrastructure for them to go and practice. Why can't we do that? All right, I'll stop.
Powerful. No, you got us all in check. I mean, look the way we are staring at you, because you're saying real strong, vital issue there. Why Nigeria should be at this World Cup and every other international outing, sport outing, Nigeria should be represented. Anyway, let's see how the future is as we go on. Prof, also, sorry we're taking it back, but let's just have your take on this. United Nations says terrorists are using drones. They're using cryptocurrency to strengthen their operations in Nigeria and in Sahel. They gave this warning yesterday. They found out that drones are moving cryptocurrencies. People are mining crypto all to advance attack and insurgency. What will you say about this, Prof? What's this? This doesn't sound good.
Well, I think I also heard Dr. Femi as well. He had a very intelligent expose about why that is happening. I think everybody knows that the crypto market is not very controlled, but countries do control the crypto market. So I take it that the crypto they are talking about is essentially the crypto that goes through these uncontrolled, unmonitored markets. The question is, what is the central bank doing to make sure that the people who are establishing, whether it's a group of crypto miners or crypto traders, as the case may be, how are we monitoring that part of our market? Because it's a cryptocurrency, the currency itself. How are they able to mine it and use it to purchase their drones and the equipment? If they are using drones, are they manufacturing the drones themselves? If not, who are they buying the drones from? I mean, it's a known fact that today the people who actually sell drones more than anybody else are either Iran, Ukraine, China, possibly, and Russia. And so, because I mean, and everybody also knows, or most people know, that the modern warfare is based on a drone because they are very inexpensive to manufacture, and they can easily, quickly be manufactured and deployed. So, if the terrorists are so good at doing all these things, where is their base? Are they based in Nigeria? Or are they based in another country? Where is their location? I think that is part of what our intelligence groups should be able to find out. Where are they located? And are they using drones right now in Nigeria to drop some of the things they are doing? Probably not, because what we have seen, or at least what has been reported, is either they are kidnapping people, they are collecting a bunch of people, and then get money, get ransom paid to them. There is no indication yet, but if the United Nations is saying that they are using crypto, using the crypto market, then that needs to be followed up by somebody. Again, between the central bank and our intelligence group, we should be able to track them down, because we always hear follow the money, follow the money. So now we say follow the cryptocurrency. Where is it coming from?
Follow the cryptocurrency. Where is it coming from? Good one, Doc.
Yes.
You seem to have some very good knowledge on the drone business, the way you broke it down. Anyway, let's move on, gentlemen. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Femi. Finally, we now have Nigerian Bar Association now has the elected leader, the first female president, they said, San Oyekonshola Badejo Okunsonya.
Oyekonsola Badejo Okunsonya.
Yeah. Yes. It's just because of the slight technical thing we used to have on. We should have run the pictures and some things here. But there you go. The first female president has been elected finally, NBA, Nigerian Bar Association. Even though they said they've once had a female president, but what happened was that was then Priscilla Olabonrin Kunye. What happened was she became the head when Clement Akpambo was appointed Attorney General of Nigeria. So she just took the place. But this time, Oyekonsola is being elected. So this is the first time we're actually electing a female president as president of the Nigerian Bar Association. So congrats to her. What's your take on this, Dr. Femi? Let me start with you, Dr. Femi.
This is an era where I want to congratulate Mrs. Badejo Okunsonya on her appointment as our election as the NBA chairman, and I want to also use that to congratulate Nigeria and the women in Nigeria for coming of age. The first lady, the present first lady, and the immediate past first lady have always advocated of women participation in politics, in leadership, and also in nation building. This is an indication that this is now beginning to take foothold. At least I know, at least for about in the next election, in this election that we're talking about 4 or 5 deputy governors are going to be women, and that's begin to take fold. So with this now, it shows that yes, our women are coming of age, and then the girl child is beginning to take fold, foothold in nation building. They've been in the backyard in the past, but this election has shown that yes, what a man can do, a woman can also do. So let's see whether they're going to do it better. We want to hope that they're going to do it better, and they sanctify and sanitize the bar. We've seen in the past when lawyers are the one advocating for criminal activities. Lawyers are helping people to launder money. Lawyers are helping people to do dubious activities that are being in court or being that is maligning the bar. So I hope with this election, she'll be able to sanitize the association to a bit. And also, and most importantly, when it comes to the bar, as in the law profession as a profession of repute, that people who are called lawyers in Nigeria will be able to do what is right when it comes to justice, provision of justice, and the quick dispensation of justice. Because sometimes justice delayed is justice denied. There are crises when people are taken to court, and lawyers are insisting that if you don't pay this amount of money, they will not show up. And therefore, they just go in there and just go and get adjournment for 6 months. So that go and look for money for that 6 months. When we come back, we go back to court. So lawyers will begin to be more humane in dealing with people. And also, some bars, some people, members of the bar, will begin to do pro bono cases in order to help and support people who are poor in Nigeria to get justice.
Thank you very much, Dr. Femi. Prof, do we hope to see the goal of enthroning true justice, the rule of law, most importantly, Prof, Nigeria doesn't follow the rule of law. Our politicians are the worst. But do we see Ms. Badejo changing this whole thing now at that apex of the Nigerian legal system?
Well, I think that while congratulating her, which I do as well, it's good to see that take place. Oh yeah, like that. The only issue I will pick with what Dr. Femi said was the fact that the next election, X number of women are going to be deputy governors. It's almost like, come on now. I mean, the election has not taken place yet. Let's wait for the election to take place. Then, if he was saying there are X number of women as deputy governorship candidates, I would say that is wonderful.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Okay.
They're contesting.
All right.
They are contesting.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, I agree with that. I think that our women have been left behind for too long. It's a case of you are to be seen and not to be heard. And I think even the women themselves are beginning to recognize that. And so we are in the 21st century. We're not going to say, well, because America doesn't have a woman president, that Nigeria cannot have a woman president. Liberia has already had one. I think there's another country, southern part of, is it Botswana? They have a woman president. Yeah. Why can't we, as a giant of Africa, lead by example and say, we understand the new dispensation. We know what needs to be done when it comes to democracy. And we want to be the leaders and not the followers. We want to set the agenda, let people imitate Nigeria for real, seriously. Because some of these women, we have very well educated women. We have some very powerful women. I mean, we were the country that produced the likes of Queen Amina. We are the country that produced the like of Mrs. Ransom Kuti. I mean, these were freedom fighters in their days. And why can't we leverage that freedom that we got from these authentic, organic Nigerian women and use that to, change the trajectory of our democracy? It doesn't have to be called after another country. It can be an organically grown democratic institution in our country. So when we start to see women like Ms. Badejo take the helm of the MBA, she has to understand that there's a lot of expectation that she will do things differently, that she will not just be there as a puppet, but she will be there as a leader, as a true leader that will come and say, no, we want the rule of law to be preeminent in all that we do. And as a matter of fact, we want people to know that women can do this job very well. So that way, all the young women that will be looking onto her will say, aha, Nigeria has arrived, finally.
Finally, Nigeria has arrived. So congratulations again to Miss Oyekonshola Badejo Okunsanya. That's the first female MBA president. It was zoned to the Southwest. Like they said, it was a turn of the Southwest, and she was taken. So yes, let's see things happen. Let's see new changes. Nigerian women can do it. In fact, somebody once said, Nigerian women have what it takes to lead, but they've not been given the chance. So let's give them this chance and see how.
Please also note that the current Chief Justice of Federation is also a woman too.
Okay, yes, I remember.
But she's Kekere
Ekun. That's correct. Thank you. So, Dr. Femi, tell us, Andy is set to take over as the new British Prime Minister. How is that going? 56-year-old Andy. Will that work well? Prof is laughing. Tell us, when is it being sworn in? Is it
Andy? Yeah, Andy got into office today. Today he went to see the king. The usual procedure is that the outgoing prime minister will go and see the king and drop his resignation officially, and then the incoming prime minister will go in there and present the resume and get the seal of approval before it comes to the house and get done. That's how it works. So it's done. That's been done today, and Barnum has taken over the reins. First and foremost is the first thing he needs to do is in the next few days is to announce his cabinet. I've not seen the news in the past hour, so that might have been done. But there are some people that have been airlined to earmarked to be in his team. We're waiting for them. But I'm not expecting anything fantastic because one of the things he said was he was going to deploy more powers to the regions and to the local level than before. One thing that is about that is that from perspective of my knowledge of British politics, it's not about devolving power to the regions and to the local councils, but the funding for those powers is what is challenging. Labour Party shot themselves in the foot under Stammer is by increasing the wage bill of the benefit wage bill. It is ridiculous. In the past, government has pegged it to 2 children, and any other children you have to go. The benefit stop on 2 children. The Labour Party came and removed that. And you have people that have 10, 5, 12 children. The government will pay benefit on them. And I know that some people who are from some particular, I won't mention them, from particular faith and also interest in this country, who have 2, 3, 4 wives in this country, but they don't declare them, and they kept on having children. That means government will start funding them. So you have some of them gaining about £5,000 to £7,000 a month without doing any work. So the government is paying that. Meanwhile, pensioners are struggling to get paid.
Bigamy permitted in the UK?
It on paper is not, but really, because this is, I want to tell you this. There is a particular among, I'm not going to go into that, the religion in this country, and some ethnic persuasion in this country. What they do is that it is among themselves. They have wives in different places, but the husbands are not declared. Where is your husband? I don't know. But they kept having children. But the system don't ask them, why are you getting pregnant? You don't know what their dad, but you're getting pregnant. You have 4 or 5 wives. You have 4 or 5 children. You don't have a husband. And therefore, because there's no husband there, the wife is there, the system automatically take care of them and start giving them benefits for those children. And that was what the conservative government stopped to discourage this. But Starmer government came, opened this up. So the wage bill on welfare services went up, and they couldn't support pensioners. That is one. Secondly, on the issue of national and digital card, the Starmer government are already vested interest in it. But and Andy already came and cancelled it. So the money that has been expended on this has just gone through the drain. And that's going to see that more. But I want to tell you, we've seen this before. When Tony Blair won the third term, there was this internal crisis. He left. Gordon Brown came in. Gordon Brown failed woefully at the election. The election is next 2 years. Let's see what Andy's going to do. The magic's going to do. For us, we are bought our popcorn and we are put our foot up. We are watching the movies.
Right. Thank you very much. You gave that one well too. Prof, do we hope to see America, United Kingdom, parlaying more on diplomatic issues and also on this Middle East problem? Will Andy bring a different perspective to Trump's attacks and all of that? What do you think will happen following up today's?
To be honest with you, if I had a crystal ball, then I'll be very rich. No, I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know who the new prime minister is. I just saw the name come across the wires. But I'll tell you who I would like to see as the prime minister. It's our sister, Kemi.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, Dr. Femi. I like to see Kemi.
Yes, me too. I don't care what Dr. Femi and most people say, but just having there will bring a different everything, bring a different level to British government. I just think so too. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let me do a quick news update. There's the story of several people dying. About 15 of them have been rescued as a boat capsized.
I'm sorry, Massive. You have to edit that out of the recording.
Okay. What was that? What is that?
Kevin.
No. I mean, you guys say this when you come to the frame. You say, welcome to SSM. We have free speech is allowed. You say your mind. I mean, this is
Prof,
it.
No comment. Prof, no comment.
Anyway, so there's that news of these people dying in the there's ongoing operation going on to rescue people. So Jigawa State has people dying from boats from river crossing. That's very terrible. River that is not very that the current is not very strong and people are still capsizing. That's strange. Also, we have the news of our vice president heading to Freetown, Sierra Leone for the 69th ECOWAS summit. Guys, let's talk about this. Senator Kashim Shettima, as his address, departed Abuja this morning for 69th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Economic Community of West African States. Is ECOWAS really living up to expectation, Prof? I mean, all of these organizations, they don't seem to be active for me. I mean, I don't. What do you say?
Well, it depends on what those expectations are, really, to be honest with you. Okay. I mean, when you have 2, 3, 4 member states under the military, and they have different ideology than the mainstream ideology of ECOWAS. It's difficult to function properly and live according to your name. Economic Community for West African States. What does that look like? I don't know. I say that fictitiously because we don't see how West African states are viable economically. We see war, they are fighting each other all the time. There is no uniformity in their decision-making processes. There's no uniformity in the marketing, the operation of their various markets. Economic Community for West African States, for example, should make it easy for Nigerians to go to Ghana and Ghanaians to come to Nigeria, and vice versa, all the way down throughout West Africa without a whole lot of hitches. But I don't think that is happening. People should move across that, just like EU. I mean, people move through the European countries without a whole lot of headaches. But that is not happening in West Africa. And so I don't think there's much viability in their execution of markets. Ghana, we have specific laws against Nigerians and vice versa. That is not how you have economic community functioning together. Yes, you can have tariffs, you can have VATs and all that kind of stuff, but the barriers to doing business should be minimized so that people can trade and grow and survive. Really, the West African state should be a thriving block of economic markets that can stand against the rest of the world. Because why? We have the natural resources that we can leverage. If we cannot sell our palm oil or palm nuts to the West, we can sell it to some West African countries, or vice versa. Cocoa can go there. Even our oil can be shipped to some of the West African countries. So right now, is it living up to its name? I don't think so.
Thank you. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by the question, living up to expectation. I mean, you talked about borderless movement. Yes, Dr. Femi.
I like to differ a little bit about this.
Okay.
Currently, there might be issues concerning that. And I want to pick on something that Prof said, very important. He said for economic purpose, so that they were able to stand in the international space. This international space is to stand international space is one of the reasons why there are challenges in ECOWAS. Now, that's in the most of the countries in the Sahel that are under military junta have external influences from some Western superpowers who does not have the interest of ECOWAS at heart. And therefore, they are superimposing their economic realities on those nations. I'll give you an example. Nigeria invested so much billions of dollars into passing pipeline from Nigeria to Europe to sell gas. But because Russia has interest in the sale and the price of gas in Europe, Russia went and support Burkina Faso military junta, and they stopped that pipeline. That pipeline will have been making billions of dollars for Nigeria and will have made economic sense for Europe because we have the gas. We don't use that much, but we have enough to sell to Europe. I will have made the price of gas controllable, and then people will not be at the mercy of Russia when it comes to gas. But Russia quickly went to go and fund and support junta government in Burkina Faso. So people are saying the Burkina Faso is under military government. They are carrying guns. They are doing this. The reason why the Burkina Faso government military junta succeed was Russian invasion, Russian support to stop the pipeline because it's going to affect their economic interest. So you'll find that it is not sometimes, it's not because we don't like each other, but because there are external influences that want to do this, and therefore they want that to be stopped because of their interest. But do you know what? We sell out each other. We sell out each other. Yeah. So some people will be hailing the president, the head of state of Burkina Faso. Oh, is this, is that? That man is hurting economic interest in Nigeria, economic interest in West Africa, economic interest in Africa, development of Africa at the expense of Russians, and people are hailing him. So you find that in that is one. That is one. Some others have also economic interest and ideology that is deterrent, that is anti-progress in West Africa. And what they do is that they use juntas to do that, and they continue to do that at the expense of that. Now look at the issue of sub-regional government business that will have helped Nigerian the ECOWAS community. Some people, some Western interests will realize that if these people, if their voice become one, then the influence they will have, like French influence, the Francophone influence will have been reduced if Francophone countries and Anglophone countries are doing business together. What do they do? They will go in there and fund something and fund a rebellion, and before you know it, they block that interest. What interest would we serve for us to be fighting each other? But we cannot, because there is challenges, leave the massive work that's been done in the past. We will continue to forge ahead, try to make inroad into other areas. Someday, somehow, the king that does not know Joseph will rule in those countries where those interests have been stopped, and then we can begin to progress in those nations. But I tell you, most of the crises in ECOWAS are not African made. They are foreign influence that's affecting the organization.
Thank you for opening that expose, opening that up to us. I like that, Dr. Femi. Honestly, that's a good viewpoint. We know what Russia did at that point, that time, and those of us that really followed up the story, we weren't excited over these Burkina people and Malians and all of those Sahel countries coming off from their hold, even though France also wasn't being fair, to be honest. But you broke that down very well. We have excellent, happy 9544. He's been chatting up, also adding to the conversation. Excellent, happy, thank you. He said, when we were talking about the UK thing, he said Farage politics was the issue that made Stemmer unpopular. Yes, Dr. Femi addressed that. And he said, percentage of these families living in the UK are very tiny. Ukraine war bills are enormous. That's true. So he said a lot of things there. He joined in the discussion. Thank you, excellent, happy, for being part of the stream and bringing your own viewpoints too. We need more of such. So, gentlemen, Prof, I hope you understand what the doctor was saying. That side of his story, you see, when occurrences happen in the world, people tend to go with the loudest views, or the popular view. But most times, people don't sit down and think the other side of the whole thing too. So what Dr. Femi just did was open people's eyes to the other side of what could have happened if Burkina Faso, Mali, and all of these countries, if they've not gone the way they went, even though somehow they think they are free, they think they've been off the hook, but there is an economic sabotage there. That's what Doctor was saying. Prof, do you understand?
I do, but here is the but. The but is the fact. Yeah, the but is the fact that people can do things to us any which way they want. We have, more often than not, we have no control over what they do. So whether there's a remote control be held by the UK or Russia or France somewhere, we may not have a whole lot of control with respect to that. But how we respond to what they are doing to us is our own responsibility. It's our own responsibility. The way we respond to what they are doing. See, for example, in our country, we have been talking about how the British have divided us since 1960 and so on and so forth. Up until now, we blame them for what is going on in the country. But we have been at the helm of government since 1960, 65. Okay, the military came in, they did their thing. Now we have civilians since 1999. But we continue to blame the British for what is happening to us. But we are responsible for what is happening to us right now. We are all the stuff we are doing to our economy, we blame IMF. But IMF does not put, if you will, put something on our head, say you must sign this money that you want to borrow. We are making the decision that we want to borrow. So by the same token, I think that what is happening with the West African states, absolutely, some of those younger generals may not be seeing 5 years from now what is happening. They're only looking at the now. But if you think ahead 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, if they had people who are thinking like that, for them, what is making the people happy right now may not make them happy 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. And so they have to be proactive and look forward. And that is where, for some of us who say that our country can do better, is the fact that we have very smart, intelligent people in our country that can help look ahead and by all means use the power of the new technology to project what our country can look like in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now. And so we may pay the price right now, but in the future, it may be better for us. I think that is what ECOWAS has to do. Yeah, some of the politics going on in ECOWAS, I mean, yes. we are not projecting. We are transferring from the past. We have to be able to move away from what happened to us in the past and start to project forward. What can we be like? What can ECOWAS look like 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now?
Wow, you got this hard now. But gentlemen, listen to this. When Burkina Faso, Somalia, and those countries pulled out, there was something I said, that's my own viewpoint. I said, it's also time Africa extracts its own minerals for its own use. Instead of thinking of always selling, come and buy, come and use. Why can't we also go into skill acquisition of those minerals and extract them and use our own, as these people also understood the importance of those minerals? Why can't we do the same instead of planning to sell? There's a tank, there's a pipe that comes to Europe, and they are selling oil. They are selling. I mean, this was what I was saying there. So it's time we really need to wake up. Africa needs to wake up in every angle if we want to meet up with.
Yes. Yeah. What I would say to that, Massive, is the fact that we are not yet at that level where we can do that for ourselves. So, but we have to negotiate with this. We have to negotiate with all these other powers. Fine, if you want to come and take our minerals, you cannot get it for free like they are doing right now.
Okay, then let's have good negotiators at the table. Let's put good people that understand negotiation. Negotiation is an act of its own, an act of intelligence. So we're not negotiating well, and that's why
we're not.
Get their
we're not negotiating at all.
Or we also learn how to use our resources for our good.
I want to concur with Prof. We have to learn to work before we start running. For example, about 10 years ago, who will say that Nigeria will be the highest exporter of aviation fuel in the world? Now we are there. Nigeria today is the world highest exporter of aviation fuel that's been processed through crude oil, and the crude oil and aviation fuel have been sifted out of the crude oil, and Dangote is producing and selling that to the rest of the world. Now we are gradually getting there. We have to learn to walk before we run. Now, on the issue of this extraction and that, the gas has been flaring for almost about 45 years in the air. We're just burning it away. So one thing is that, so we got in here, package it, sell it to the rest of the world where they need to heat their homes, warm their food, do everything through gas. Then we need to also, like Prof said, also process it for our own use. But we need as much as that. We can also sell to the rest of the world. But we need to also balance it. So that's why I want to concur with Prof. We need to balance from production to production and production to consumption. So we also balance both. Why we don't make one to be too big, too high, and the other one to be too low. So what we cannot consume, we have to sell to the rest of the world. For example, the government of today has just signed, I think last week or thereabout, signed into law cocoa production. We are no more exporting cocoa produce. We want to start processing any produce that goes out of Nigeria should be processed. So any cocoa that comes out of Nigeria should be processed cocoa. Not that we'll send cocoa in bags and they will bring us tins of diluted sugar and tiny cocoa and say we are sending us a chocolate drink. So we need to start processing that. That will produce jobs. That will create incentive to create jobs. That will create factories for this. These are not expensive or expansive businesses. It's about looking inward. And then if the enabling environment is provided, if the incentive is for people to begin to borrow, go into banks, get money and do business. The challenge I have is most times with Nigerian businesses is that most people want to do individual business. I own Mark Beverages Nigeria Limited. We can come together, the three of us on this plan come together, put money together, and start a beverage company. But most times in Nigeria, we want to own something. I say chairman, CEO, and also when they sing praises, they will sing, Obakaro, the chairman of CEO, and then so we need to get away from that mentality.
Thank you very much. You talked of cocoa and excellent happy. But just wrote before you just said that he also said we should go back to the cocoa economy. Much better than the WTI economy, and he also talked about the crude oil. Crude oil have to be what benefits to the citizen compared to how Saudi citizens are enjoying the benefit. So good points there. Dr. Femi, nice. I agree with you both on all you've said. I was just giving my own small views to that. It's time we really move up on this whole thing. It is known, Dr. Femi, that the black man is hard to come together and do business. They find it hard to do, but they can come together and do the Owambe and the cruise and the drink beer and eat meat and all of those things. We are good at doing that together, but together doing business, it's a hard thing. But we hope our mindsets will change soon on all of this. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much. We have to go. In fact, we've used extra 10 minutes. And but it's all fun because you are saying some very pivotal insights to the show. But we will have to go. Hopefully, we'll be here Wednesday on the African update. So, is there any last thing anybody wants to say? Prof, is there anything you want us to know?
Yes, I'm looking at this comment from Excellent Happy. And obviously, it shows how we don't trust the system. He thinks that even if we get more gas from the country, it will go the same way as it's not going to benefit us like Saudi Arabia. The reality is, we have to start from somewhere. I agree with my friend here, Femi. We've got to crawl before we walk. Now, he made a comment about gas burning. I mean, I went to school at Government College Ughelli. I mean, when you go into Ughelli from Benin, you will pass through that plant where that location, gas has been burning, like he said, over 45 years now. That is burning. Imagine if you can contain that and send it by pipeline to people's homes so that they can be cooking with gas in their homes. I mean, that, or even you can trap it, even if you want to export it, so be it. Why can't we do things like that instead of the way we continue to do things right now? I think that if we have a responsible, allow me to say, a responsible government that is sensible, that location I just mentioned, look at Warri. Warri, given what Warri has done for Delta State, what Warri has contributed to oil and gas in the country, Warri is looking so poor right now, and that should not be the case. So if you have a sensitive, maybe sensitive is a better term to say, a government that is sensitive to the needs of the people, the Warri Delta State governor should not have so much money in his bank account that even if he lives to be 100, 120 years, he will not suffer. But the people of Warri are living like very poor, backward people. I mean, I think that's the kind of thing Excellent is saying. So even if we tap that and get revenue from it, we go into private accounts versus benefiting the citizens. I think that is where we need to focus on. How do the citizens benefit from the outcome of all this we're talking about?
Wow. Good last word. Dr. Femi, is there anything you want to add?
Yes, I want to agree with Prof. and also Excellence too. That's fantastic contribution. But the thing is, no matter how much I rather have Nigerians private benefit from it than flying it away and burn it into thin air. Whoever is benefiting from it will employ people. They will get paid. They will feed their family. But what do we have? We just burn it into air for decades. So no matter what it is still benefit Nigeria one way or the other. But God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will progress. We are still learning to walk. We will walk, we will run, and we will get there in Jesus' name.
Amen. But we need to begin to really learn to walk very well. I mean, we can't be walking for years now. Let's
we can't be crawling. We can't be crawling.
Yeah, because you use the word walk. So I'm using it.
No, we are crawling. We have to learn to walk.
Yes.
Walk. We're crawling. We have to learn to walk, and we need to begin to walk as soon as possible. Gentlemen, thank you. This is it. Viewers, Between the Lines, and we really went through the lines. Thank you, Prof. Charles, Dr. Lufemi. Until we come again.
Thank you very much. Peace out.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Thank you, massive. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Charles. Charles, I like your Professor Charles. I like the background.